How's it going, guys? Winner Kills here, and welcome to the fourth and final round of locals feature matches for this week. And we've got Swordsoul on the right versus Subterror, aka Gluru, on the left. Same Swordsoul player that you guys saw in round 2 against Fluanderiz. And as these guys get ready to start, as per usual, let's take a look at the poll results to see who you guys thought was going to be victorious in this particular matchup. As I'm recording this, about just shy of 900 votes in, and 75% of the vote going to Swordsoul, and the remaining 25% going to Subterror, obviously. And looking at some of the comments, the real question is who the hell plays Subterror in 2022? I mean, that's also a good question, but let's be honest, staring down Dragoon with 4 set back row, one of them being a summon limit, there can be only one. Pretty scary. And especially with skill drain at 3, that's also kind of frightening. It does have that nice interaction of final battle and skill drain to be able to protect from your own skill drain. So pretty scary deck, but also sometimes very big if true. If you have the right hand traps, it's just kind of game over. Especially on things like Hidden City. But either way, we're going to see Swordsoul win the die roll here, leading with Ecclesia, getting into Mo Yi, revealing Adhara, and we are going to see a D-shifter on resolution of the Mo Yi. That is going to turn off the draw. He will still be able to, of course, get into Chi Xiao, which will net him a search of any Swordsoul card. Which, I mean, yeah, that nice draw, that nice little +1 is always very good. I think that's one of the most satisfying things about Swordsoul. One of the things I'm looking forward to the most. And when I go to play the deck, which should be in the next couple weeks or two, when we start one deck 1 month with Swordsoul, is that such a satisfying play. Mo Yi into Chi Xiao, draw 1, search, especially if you're getting into a long in afterwards to go to Baron de Fleur, which he is going to do right now. And Baron, much like Mo Yi, has to be hitting the graveyard when it's used as synchro material to gain that additional effect to burn 12 here. So no draw, no burn 12, but still having to stare down Baron Chi Xiao. Swordsoul really doesn't care too much about D-Shifter at the end of the day. Some builds in the past have mained that card. Some people like siding macro in the deck just because you don't really care about your graveyard too much. You're still able to get to your synchros without the help of the grave, although it does help, of course, for your Tenyi engine and follow-up. But either way, we're going to see Extrav get ashed frame 1, and then we're going to see a duality reveal Extrav, Umastrix, and Needle Sealing. A card I haven't seen in a while, but basically like another copy of Torrential Tribute. And we're going to see him take the Extrav for next turn. Going to try again to banish 6 to draw 2 more. Because you know that's definitely going to force out a negate somewhere. It usually always rips an Ash out of hand, or in some cases a Baron negate. We will see Terraforming here go through. Not going to negate it. I feel like not negating Terraforming game 1 is okay, especially when you see something like Extrav and D-Shifter. You can kind of, assume that you're playing against some kind of control deck. Mystic Mind might be on the way, but I guess also at the same point, Baron hasn't been exhausted. So he might as well let the Terraforming resolve. And if it is mine, you can just negate it with Baron on activation. But it is going to be that Hidden City. And we'll see if the Hidden City is going to resolve. It will resolve. Or perhaps not. Maybe just wanting to read something specifically on Guru. We'll see if our Swordsoul player is going to negate this, because, of course, this does put him on having Guru in hand already. And if he doesn't, well, he's not going to be doing much this turn, and he is going to take that bet. He will negate and destroy that Hidden City, and our Subterror player is going to set everything and pass. We know one of those sets to be, of course, the Extravagant, since he decided not to hold it. I kind of see why, because if the Baron pop effect tries to go off here, he has a lower chance of hitting something like Needle Sealing, or in this case, hitting Final Battle, which, I mean, he unfortunately did, and also lowers the chance of hitting the Extrav, I guess. Turn it into a 33% chance instead of a 50-50. But we're going to see him hit the Final Battle with the Baron, and then we're going to see the Emergence get activated. Go ahead and grab Taie, and Emergence is engraved for a nice banish target. That's the one nice thing about like Taie and stuff and Chi Xiao is they can banish like any Swordsoul card. or Worm, I believe, for Chi specifically, and he's going to go ahead and walk right into a Needle Ceiling. Probably wasn't expecting that. That's just going to be a turn ender. And all the while, that Extrav has been surviving that turn, and we're going to see him fired off here, banishing 6. Is there an Ash? Looks like there's not. We see our Subterror player draw into a skill drain, finding another hidden city, and also drawing into a copy of Solemn Strike here. So things could start to go in favor for our Subterror player here if this can resolve, and it's not going to. There's a Solemn Strike, or not a Solemn Strike, a Psy-Frame Gamma, clearing the body as well, doing a really good job here at stopping the strategy. We're going to see our Swordsoul player pass, Subterror pass, Swordsoul set and pass, Guru draw and pass. Both players kind of stalled out right now, trying to get into some form of engine. We're going to see that there can be only one on the activation of Ashuna in hand. And it's going to force our Swordsoul player to pass. Can our Subterror player get into a copy of Hidden City or Guru anytime soon? Passing back to Swordsoul, turning Ashuna to attack. Finding that one of Desires here, drawing into 2. He did banish a Cosmic Cyclone off of that. Desire. So you had to imagine he did side in some backer hate for this matchup specifically, and not side in. We're in game 1. What am I talking about? So he does have the main deck backer hate, but he also needs a way to get to Vishuda somehow, or at least make it live. That could definitely be easier said than done. A lot of back and forth here. Our Subterror player is going to resolve the Extrav for 3 there, only drawing 1, having to pass, still not finding anything. And it's basically just Ashuna beatdown at this point, putting his opponent on a 2-turn clock and drawing to another skill drain. I also see Necro Valley, not seeing any engine here, passing it back to Swordsoul. And I see a Chalice in hand. I see a Vishuda as well. Only had a way to get a non-effect monster on the board. Another 16 from Ashuna. Again, 1-turn clock here. He needs something. And Destiny draw for our Subterror player. Unfortunately, nothing comes up there. Double Imperm Chalice ready to stop Guru, though, regardless. Yeah, what an eventful end to game 1 there. Both decks kind of stalled out due to just lots of back and forth. There can be only one. And, of course, I want to remind you guys, definitely check out the ways you guys can support the channel down in the description below, whether it be at Imperium Duelist, TCG Player, or thecoldestwater.com. More information at the links down in the description again. And yeah, so getting into game 2 here, we're going to see Subterror go first. Just going to go ahead and activate the D-Shifter, probably in standby phase. And then we're also going to see a copy of Set Rotation as well here. This is basically your second Terraforming or your 5th copy of Hidden City. And it's going to go ahead and give his opponent a copy of Necro Valley, OG copy it looks like. And he will get access to the Hidden City, of course. That's going to go ahead and grab him a copy of Fiendus here. So this tells us he's already got the Gluru in hand. He's going to go ahead and set it, flip it up with the Hidden City. And is there an Ash? Is there a Gamma? There is a Gamma. And it looks like it will resolve here. I wonder if the Fiendus actually is conflicting with the D-Shifter. I don't know the wording specifically on Fiendus. I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments. If you can even use it under D-Shifter there. That's just an unprotected Guru falling to a Gamma, which really sucks. Normally, if it's just an Ash or Valor, it's fine because you get to keep that Subterror monster on board to pair with the Hidden City, and then you can try to resolve it again on the next turn. But it is gone now, and it's not coming back either here. We're going to see our Swordsoul player lead with Emergence. It's going to get banished. Who literally cares? Adding a copy of Mo Yi here. And he definitely has a card to reveal in hand. I see Ashuna and at least Adhara. And or no, that's Ecclesia, it looks like. So revealing Adhara, summoning the token. He's like, show me the TC boo. Show me the token collector. But nothing so far. He will miss out on that draw again, much like we saw in game 1. How much that will matter, though, I'm not really sure. Also, a copy of Vessel of the Dragon Cycle in hand. No point in really going for that right now since, Foolish Burial cards are not going to work super well since we are under D-Shifter again. Going for Chi-Jiao, adding a copy of Longyun. Continue to apply the pressure here. And probably will try to get into a Baron and get that classic Chi-Jiao Baron set up. Baron, pretty insane against backrow decks. Omni negates to shut down any real threats. And then also every turn you just get a free MST basically. by just picking off back row. So we will see the Long Yun fighter. He is going to pitch Taie, and he is going to go ahead and Synchro 10 into a copy of Baron de Fleur, I imagine. Yep, there it is. And Battle Phase swinging for 5,800. And the nice thing about all these Swordsoul monsters getting banished, all 3 names here, is you can get them back with Adhara at any point. You know, because D-Shifter is now turned off, and he has Adhara, Vishuddha, and Ashana in hand, so he can easily, you know, spec out the Adhara if he gets the chance to, or normal summon it even, link it into like a monk, and then banish it, add back a Moyi, and he's already got the Ashana in hand to reveal. Yeah, so not a terrible setup here. And players conversing amongst themselves, not really sure about what possibly at this point. I think our Swordsoul player is debating on using perhaps the Baron effect. It looks like he's going to go ahead and pop the Hidden City. And I think you might also be having a question about the set rotation specifics as well. Looks like he will just go ahead and pass there. I think he drew Token Collector. And it looks like he has Guru in hand also. Guru Fiendus Token Collector. So, I mean, this game doesn't seem totally out of reach, but at the same time, also seeming like an uphill battle. Token Collector being seen a little too early. Guru will get normal summoned here. Staring down Chi Zhao Baron. Yeah. Now, nothing engraved for Chi Zhao to go off of, but Chi Zhao can also banish from hand, which is kind of insane. And he's got at least 2 targets in hand to be able to banish for said Chi Zhao. So it looks like on summon he is going to banish the Ashana, and that is going to negate the Guru. Because I believe it does have an effect where it can just book itself in something else. Yeah, I think this is not looking too hot here for our Subterror player. He is going to try to negate with Fiendus. He is going to negate with Baron. And looks like it's just going to be game over right there. Our Subterror player is just going to go ahead and scoop, realizing there's not much he can do, and his opponent's probably got game on the crackback. So, yeah, Swordsoul taking it 2-0. You guys were correct as expected. If you want to see more of my content, click on one of the videos popping up on the bottom of the screen right now. And last but not least, a huge thank you goes to our Divine Level channel members. They are Tweeter0226, Pony Start, Cadillacs84, Key Sigers, and Black Ninja Money. Thank you guys so much, as always, for your extremely generous support of the channel.